Welcome back to GMOY Radio. This is Unfiltered, presented by Street Smart Studios. If you need any help with your graphic arts, graphic design, or video editing, hit up Street Smart Society LLC on Facebook. And y'all know what time it is. It is time for the rap jury. So we got a new one up here today. We got two EPs. We got ATP Ambrosia up first. So I'm gonna let James start this one off. How you feeling about this one, man?
It was interesting. ATP. I'm not too sure what it stands for, but other acronyms are Associations of the Tennis Professions. So that's one, ATP. The other one is Endo Scene Trive. I don't know. It's ATP is like, it's like pretty much the like pretty much life. That's what it is. Like it's like something that like helps convert, you know, energy. It helps convert like your DNA, RNA, and all that. It does like all this like different like processes in your body. It's like a small like organic like molecule. I don't know. Obviously, it's probably not that.
You be finding facts sometimes. I just be out here like, where did he get this shit from?
Well, I knew about the from biology, but the other one I just double check and see. You know, sometimes I like to look and see, can I find this person? So no, I don't know, but maybe we'll find out a little later on what it means. But Ambrosia, 20 minute project. Produced all by Wave and Lanes. Pretty dope. I never listened to him before, so it's like a good like introduction if nobody has ever heard of you before. So that's how I can pretty much run it out from there.
Oh no, I mean a good introduction is for you as an artist, and then I guess jumping into it, the first song "Love" was a great introduction to begin with. I'm not sure about the song title, but it was a great intro. Beat was dope. Your lyrics and flow are insane. Like you have a total package, man. I'm not gonna stunt. Like off the first track, I heard everything I needed to hear to believe that I wasn't gonna waste my time listening to your music. Also, remember we keep everything unfiltered, so I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you about how I feel about things. But yeah, not like that was. Love was a very quick like. All right, I'm definitely gonna enjoy this if he's consistent. How did you feel about that first track?
Track was good. Yeah. So again, that's pretty important for me. Intro, ending, you know, whatever else in the middle. And I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, the first track was good. It definitely brought me in. So you got me in. It was only about a minute and 54 seconds or something, but it was still enough like where it's like, okay, this is a decent introduction. Let's get some more like, let's see what's more about this album or project. So.
After that, we got number 2, "Let Me Dress Up," which I take as his slang song. Cause like I didn't know when I saw the title "Let Me Dress Up," I didn't know where this was going. And then
where'd you think it was going?
I didn't know. I really because I've never heard the words, and it's not spelled like "let me." It's "let me."
Let me, yeah.
Let me dress up. So I'm like, I don't know where he's going with this, with the slang of it. I don't know where. Like, I just didn't get it. But I can happily say, after listening to the song, it was dope. Like I just like how he flipped the "let me dress." Like he was basically like, let me get on your ass and show y'all what it's. Like I'm dope with that.
Yeah.
Because it's a different way of saying it, but it's not corny. I didn't think it sounded corny.
No. Yeah.
One thing about that track is there seemed to be a weird vocal effect on your voice every time you like finish the bar. Like I don't know what that was. I do like the deep voice effect on the hook though. Like at the hook at the very end. I think that should have been on it the whole time through. But like it sounds like he had this really low pitch of auto-tune. Like nothing annoying, but it was just low. Like very low.
It was like a little bit, but it was noticeable. That one was pretty noticeable. There was another track that was like really noticeable.
Oh no, we'll get to that one. that one makes "Let Me Dress Up" an all-star track.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that one is like that. That was acceptable auto-tune compared to the whole album. Like, I mean, I think he only did about 2 or 3 tracks, if that.
Yeah. After that is where the album picks up for me between here and up until about track 7, where like everything is just amazing. Starting off with "Foreign." Again, his wordplay, like his metaphors and wordplay are just outstanding. Like I don't know, I'm assuming this ain't your first project because I've only heard one person this year that dropped their first project, and it really, really shocked me that their first project was that impressive. And I just can't believe.
Did we listen to another person? We listened to another person's first new project too.
Well, I'm just talking about like me being this impressed.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like Vlad was really the only person that I knew that was their first project, that I was overly impressed with the fact that was their first project.
Yeah.
Everybody else, I mean, it's their first project and it's cool, but like I wasn't like oh, this nigga's gonna be a star.
Yeah.
I felt that way about Flat. I'm low key starting to feel this way about you. And this is only foreign. This is the third track.
Yeah.
And then again, it's the wordplay. Like he's talking about foreign, but it's not like when I saw the word foreign, I thought he was only talking about like fucking foreign bitches and shit, like the typical way about talking about foreign. He's talking about like my thought process is foreign to what you're doing. Like, what I do is foreign to you.
Yeah.
And that was way different to me.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, is this gonna be like another I don't know, just another foreign song? Like, oh, all my cars are foreign. Well,
yeah, I thought that's what we was getting.
Yeah.
I thought we was getting
all my bitches be foreign, you know.
where he hit you with the knowledge, like my thought process is foreign to you.
Yeah.
And basically he's saying that what I do is alien to you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that was dope as shit. Like, you're switching the norm. You're taking terms that we already know as something, or at least something annoying to us, and you flipped it into something that I actually can rock with. So after that,
it goes designer.
And then there's another one that's like, you see the word designer, you think you're about to get some, I would say, just the same bullshit. You're gonna get designer clothes, which he did.
He did. No, he did. But I didn't like. See, the hook was a bit too much.
See, I fuck with the hook.
You hook?
I fuck with the hook because it's catchy.
I don't know. I feel like it was just a little too. I think it was he just repeated it like too many times.
He might have done that
in my eyes. Yeah, I think like maybe one or two extra. Like I was thinking maybe we could drop off one of them.
And it just seemed like he roasted hip hop, like not hip hop, but like he was roasting all the bullshit that goes on today. Yeah. And he was like, if I'm, what was it? I know he was saying all the different designer brands, but he's like, if I'm Prada, you're basic. Like he said that on the track somewhere. I don't think it was Prada. It might have been a different label. Yeah. But he was like, if I'm designer, you're basic. And he went through that. Like he basically ran it through the whole track. I was highly impressed by that. Now, like I said, if you don't like the hook, I can see. Again, it wasn't catchy to me. Like I actually thought it was catchy in a good way.
It wasn't like it. No, it was like no. It was just like I just think it was like there was one or two just too many. Like because he said it was only about a 5 or 6 line hook. It wasn't that like it wasn't like a long hook. So I mean, like he obviously wanted to make it a long hook for just the song in general. So I think he just pulled off one of them. That would have been fine, or two. Like.
Then after that, we got number 5, "Cancerous Thoughts," which is it was a deep song, man. Like I've listened to the song multiple times because I was trying to figure out who you were talking about. I think he's talking about his uncle. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. And I could be wrong, but like at some point in the song, I thought you said the word my uncle or something. But I know you're rapping about somebody who passed away. I'm going to just take a leap of faith and think that you're talking about somebody that may have passed away from cancer. But again, that was a testament. I respect that song, and it's hard to critique people on songs like this, but a lot of people make these tribute tracks and they're not good. Yeah. Like we respect it because it's a tribute track, but they're usually not good. This was actually a good reflection on the relationship you had with this person, and I'm sorry for your loss. I don't know how long ago this was, but like you made a very good track, and I'm assuming a very deep moment in your life.
Yeah. I definitely that's a good track. I enjoyed it, and it's definitely good. Shows like more of like a. What's the word for that? Legacy, I guess. Just kind of like like, hey, this is the way I want to show my feelings for this person.
And it's really relatable. Like, I think most of this album is relatable lyrically, but like this song is something that people go through a lot. Yeah. You just have the avenue to be able to express it with your art. Not a lot of people have that chance. A lot of people get to sit at home and become depressed and get alone with it, but you took it to the booth and you got your piece out there. And I respect that. After that, we got Ambrosia Bottles. I'm counting this as the title track, even though the word bottles is after it. Yeah. This is like the track where he gets to brag a little bit. I like it. Like every other track was like he was conscious a little bit. He was like introspective and talking about important stuff. And we get to track 6, and he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna brag. I'm gonna talk about myself. I'm gonna tell y'all about. Like I was geeked. I'm like, I tell everybody, man, I need all my favorite artists to have a little bit of conceitedness in you. You don't got to be full on Kanye with it. If you are, that's perfectly fine. But like, I need to know that you think you're the best. Like, I actually think that's important in the rap game. Like, I don't need you to be a dickhead about it, but I do need to know that you have a want to be the best at some point. Yeah. Either you need to be the best at rap, or you need to be the best at the art form that you're proclaiming. Like I said, not everybody in the rap game at this point, I think, are MCs. So if you're like one of the dudes that like to sing, I need to know that you think you're gonna be the best Drake type nigga you're gonna be. Not saying that's you. I'm just giving everybody the overall. And when it came to this track, Ambrosia Bottles, I'm like, bro, I was getting all this conscious and all this stuff that was like the bars that I wanted about what's going on with the world and with hip hop. He gets the Ambrosia bottles. It's just straight up. He got bars. It felt like he was like, it was like he kicked the shoes off. Like all the songs before this, even though I could say that Let Me Dress Up was a funner track.
Yeah.
All the songs before this was like, I'm serious. I'm getting my point across. I want everybody to know I'm fucking dope, but you got your point across. And then Ambrosia Bottles like, I'm gonna kick my shoes off. I'm gonna have a little bit of fun. I think Ambrosia Bottles needs a video if it doesn't already have one.
Double check. I don't think so. I think you only got it for Love.
Okay.
Which is a good track.
And again, he got another dope hook. This is something I'll give ATP. He has a bad hook already. I don't have a bad hook yet. And for two people to go through 6 tracks and only have one bad hook at this point is dope. I'm gonna let you start the next track because
So I'm assuming this is Road Trip, RD Trip. Yeah, that was just a little too much auto-tune. It was like, it just got out of hand. I was like, I don't even know how to explain the auto-tune. I thought like you were like underwater singing this. It was just kind of, it was very distorted in my eyes. I'm not trying to be disrespectful on that end. I'm just saying like, I think didn't have to put that much auto-tune in it. Like
it sounds like nothing else on the CD. And
it's like you just threw that in. Like that was not even part of the whole type of like your whole message you were having. And the, like, I mean, it didn't flow in there. Just like, you're just like, oh, here's just another single just to toss in.
And again, I'm always down for making tracks for the ladies. I think, like I said, I get annoyed with people that don't think they can do that or don't think they have to do that.
Oh no, you have to do that.
But
that's important.
This was just, I can live without this one, man. Like I said, the auto-tune's a little wild.
Yeah.
You know what I can say? We listen to we review a lot of projects, and we always have like the same thing where people don't seem to like take the time to use the auto-tune right.
Yeah.
This is not the most annoying auto-tune I've heard this year.
No.
So I do give it like it's probably the worst track on the album, or at least one of them. But you are better at auto-tune than the average dude in Pittsburgh. I can give you that. This track is very out of place. Like this probably should have just been left for your next project if you like that song this much. And also, you know how I know this song is the worst song for me on the project? Because I don't think the last song is that good, but compared to Road Trip, it's amazing.
Comparing that, you know what? Mine isn't that bad, and it's a decent way to end the whole entire.
But it's not like overly lyrical. He doesn't say much.
No,
like it's a smooth, silky track.
Just to get you out, just to close you off for the. I think like between the intro and outro. It works.
It's a good sandwich.
Yeah.
The intro and outro are like the perfect pieces of bread, whatever type of bread you eat. I was gonna call it wheat, but I'm like, not everybody eats wheat. But yeah, like I said, it's a perfect. Like it's the intro and outro are soft. They're hard enough that they get the point across of who you are, but they're soft enough that they don't take away from the rest of the songs. Which I guess that's a perfect medium. You got anything else you got to say about any of the tracks or about Waving Lanes and his production?
I don't know. It's we'll find out more about you. I think we'll keep on looking to see. But I mean, like it was cool. I like the full production. I want to shout out the Waving Lanes on that one. You know, it was really, the production was great. Ambrosia, I would like to see. I think there was a lot of sample female for like I think the first 2 songs actually, right?
Saying that, I do want to shout out that sample on Designer is fucking sick. I definitely forgot to bring that up when I was talking about the sample. I love that sample. I actually wish I knew what the sample was.
But I mean, it was overall it was really cool. It's a short project. I'm always upset about that, but I'm not, that's a lot of, asking from somebody though.
Yeah, man, you gotta find like, that next Tech Nine project comes out, we'll review all 28.
I'm not saying like, I'm just saying like maybe 30 minutes, put a little more time.
All that is an extra minute to the songs that were like 1:30.
Yeah, that's all. It's not asking much. Maybe that is. Maybe I'm asking too much now.
I don't think so.
But no, overall, ATP, I think he's dope. I think I'm fairly excited to see what your next project is. I have expectations now. I expect you.
I don't know about him, but I have high expectations for you now, bro. So you can't come back with no bullshit.
Like to see you work with other people in the city. This was this whole entire album was done by yourself. I mean, like
that's shocking me about like outside of like JKJ and a couple other projects, the projects I like the most have been albums with no features. I usually am not here to listen to you rap by yourself for a certain amount of time.
So you like the J Cole of Pittsburgh? Just everybody be J Cole, or
no? Because that shit annoys me. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't like artists that don't do features most of the time.
Yeah, okay.
Like I don't need you to be DJ Khaled or Trade the Truth with it, but I'm like one or two features of the album is just healthy to me.
Yeah.
It's just like when you go to the doctor, it's like, oh, well, just go cut down on the candy. You don't have to eat a lot. You don't have to stop eating candy. But one or two pieces of candy help every once in a while. Just like one or two features. You don't even got to be a rapper. Go get a singer. Go get somebody to sing on the hook. Like, I'm not even telling you to have somebody to go bar to bar with you.
Yeah.
And again, I always think you could get a posse cut. One posse cut can't hurt nobody. Go get your crew.
Yeah. I think that's all we're for future for yourself. I think that would be definitely good for you in the future as a artist.
And it might be, and saying that, I don't see a track on here where I think a feature would have helped the song.
No. This project alone should be this is just by himself. And that's why I couldn't see anybody else being on it.
Especially like
as a feature.
Every track between 1 and 6, which is damn near the whole project, it sounds like it's personal. Well, maybe not maybe Ambrosia bottles, but I don't like features on title tracks. But all those songs sound like it's something personal to you in some way. Like not saying it's personal as cancerous thoughts, but like what you're rapping about means something to you, and I can tell it means something to you. And that's where it's like, I don't know if getting a feature for like a track, like I could say Foreign, because you like, my best example is when Rich Homie Quan got on Little Dicky's Save by Make That Money or Save the Money. And Rich Homie Quan rapped nothing about saving money.
Yeah, he's like, he even said it in this.
So that's my closest, and I feel like that would have happened to you. You would have been rapping about how your mindset your thought process is foreign to other people, and you would have got a feature who just came in here talking about how he got a Rollie and got a big ass Benz and all this other shit. And you would have been like, that's not what the song's about, and you would have got pissed. So I do understand why. Believe me, like artists, if an artist tells you to do a feature and there's a topic and you just come in and just run whatever you want to run, they'd be pissed off. So I guess I'll start off. We're just doing the best and the worst.
Yeah, these are this week's albums are both EPs. So we're both putting them as a 1 and 1 because that'd be like if we did 3 and 3, that means those 2 songs that are just in the middle, and that pretty much destroys a whole entire album. Like, we're not trying to rip it apart, like on any type of disrespect.
So I guess I'll start here. I'm gonna start with my worst. My worst track is Road Trip. It's just it just didn't fit. Like I said, I don't think it's like the worst track on the planet again, but like when it comes to what I heard from tracks 1 through 6 and track 8, those tracks were all in a cohesive fashion. Like I could, if I take 7 out and this is a 7-song EP, I feel like I can run through this straight every time I listen to it.
I can actually say the same thing about that because it didn't seem like it was meant to be in the project. That's what I feel.
And everybody has a switch up. I understand there's a switch up at some point.
Yeah,
that's not the switch up that I expected.
Yeah, and plus it's right at the end of the album. So I don't know. But that would probably be my worst song too. Road Trip.
And then my best track for me would be Designer. Like I said, I think it's catchy and it makes a point. Like what's going on with hip hop on top of being catchy, so I fuck with it.
I like "Let Me Dress Up." That was my song. That was real dope. Definitely not what you were thinking what it was, or you pretty much you come in blind, not knowing like. But he definitely said enough where he got his point across. I don't know. There was a lot of good songs. Like I said, my only issue was the one with Foreign being the hook. Wait, yeah. Or no, Designer. Designer's hook was just kind of, I think this whole entire project was this is a fair project. I'll run off my number. I'm gonna be a 3.5. So I liked it. I think, again, I have expectations of seeing more. Maybe you collabing with people, but I'm not saying like you're forced into it. But at this point, after you do your first project, you should be intermingling with people, like branching off of what you're doing. because you got what it takes, bar for bar and whatnot, and so just finding other artists, singers, rappers, whatnot, make an R&B track, whatever,
Side note, because it's been a while, we go 5. Our scores are 5-0 and 0 to -5. I didn't want you to think you got a 3-5 out of 10.
Yeah, with this out of 5, yeah.
For me, I'm going with the 4, a solid 4 at that. And again, man, you impressed me. Like I said, really, you would have probably got the 4 or 5 without a road trip. I don't know. I think I still had enough want to hear more that you wouldn't never have got the 5 even without road trip. Yeah, man, like I said, road trip's really my only thing. And again, that's probably not a bad song if I heard it alone.
Yeah.
If I didn't listen to it in the concept of the album, it's probably not that bad of a song. But I had to listen to it in the I listened to it in the concept of the EP, and it just felt really out of place, man. So I'm gonna have to give it the 4. Still one of the higher scores we can give on the show. And I respect everything that's going on with this project, man. Like, so this project is definitely dope. And shout out to Wave and Lanes, man. Like, your production's on point too, man. Like, you deserve as much credit on this as ATP do.
You put your time. You put, it's always something that you don't know what the person's gonna do.
Also, that's literally one level away from full J. Cole. J. Cole produces his own tracks, so he doesn't have to. He could just be in the house by himself making his albums. Yeah. Y'all two literally just made. It's basically a collab project. Like, it's you in Wave Lanes. It's all y'all two the only people on this.
Yeah.
There ain't no other writing. There ain't no other producing. It's y'all. There's some samples, but samples are samples. We live in that world. So you ready for the second of the 2 albums we got today?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
So we are finally here, y'all. Y'all know this is GM Worldwide Radio, and the GM stands for Grind Mode. And for the first time, we are here. We have a Grind Mode artist being reviewed. Shout out to Johnny Basement for taking the step and being the first Grind Mode artist to be reviewed, because we technically both work for the same company, so this can get weird. So let's start.
Okay.
So Johnny Basement is I Got Scars. This is a Mon Valley artist.
No, I thought he was from Hempstead.
Still Mon Valley.
Mon Valley. All right. Yeah. All right. That's right. You got the technical on me. Shit.
I said that because I knew he was Homestead affiliated, but I didn't want to say it until I was like, I don't want nobody to say Duquesne or West Mifflin or Munhall. So I'm just gonna be like,
what's Homestead, New Homestead?
You already know how I feel about New Homestead. Somebody tells me they from
New Homestead. It's been there for a long time.
If you tell me you're from New Homestead, you bougie as fuck. I don't know nobody from New Homestead. I don't even know anybody that claims West Homestead. I just know niggas that claim Homestead and Munhall.
I got some family out in West Homestead.
But they say they live in West Homestead.
Yeah, they up there.
Get back to the point of Johnny Basement's album, because I promise, like, where you live, they're gonna say, well, they're gonna say Homestead. But starting off with the Johnny Basement, the intro track, Trap and Go. I think it's a smooth intro, nothing crazy.
Yeah, it's a good intro.
Featuring Soul Dean. Soul Dean definitely hopped on that hook and did his work. After that, well, go ahead, talk about Trap and Go.
Trap and Go was a good song. It's definitely, like I said, again, for me, intros and outros are very important. So Trap and Go, you got some soul, you got some, you got a good intro. I mean, you got like you're brought in. You're like, okay, let's see what's going on for next, And I thought it was a good intro, what do you want to call that? Just a attention grab or whatever. But yeah, it got me. So I liked it.
Then after that, we got the second track, Show Nuff, featuring Young Rev AVR. I'm assuming I'm supposed to say AVR. I'm not sure if there's like a word to that.
Okay.
After that, hey man, Rev starts off the song. Rev kills it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even stone on that. Rev comes in, he's bouncing back and forth from this is where I give with Rev's verse. He's street and smart. Because he's hitting me with the street talk, and then like he bounces back over to saying some like knowledge shit, like some true dropping knowledge shit. Then he'll jump back over to the street shit. But like it's this tough. Like I feel like he's like the overly educated hood nigga. Like he's really educated, but he's still in the hood. Like that's what I got from that verse, which is dope. But it's like I feel like he could balance somebody's checkbook and still go and do some hood shit. Like, that's how smart Young Rev sounds on this track, low key. After that. This is what's weird about being you're a track, but you're not on the first verse.
Yeah,
it's really easy to get outshined.
That's what I felt, kind of.
And if I'm right, is Young Rev is on the hook too, isn't he?
I think so.
So yeah, like all we get is one verse from Johnny Basement, which is cool, but I really think you got outshined on your own track on this one. Like you killed it. Yeah. But Rev kind of like not control. He ain't diss you, but he destroyed it. But he took the form of the song.
Yeah.
And it really more or less sounded like his song.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, this could be more or less his song, but John Basement definitely in that sense. John Basement for his part, he did enough, but it just seemed like it was again Young Reb AVRs. But it's not that it was a good song. I'm not gonna. Everybody put in work on that one.
Before we move to the next song, I will say that after the first two tracks, I was worried that I didn't know what the hook situation was going to be like for John at this point. Like when I got to this point of the album, I'm like, can John do hooks?
Oh, what?
I was worried because I'm like, I got the first two tracks as other people doing the hook.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's going to happen when I first hear this first John Basement hook?
Yeah.
We get that. Like we go there with the next track, Shona. Oh, wait,
no, On My Skizzy.
On My Skizzy. We go there with the next track, On My Skizzy, which I fuck with On My Skizzy.
Yeah, on my soul, on my soul, on my skizzy, on my soul.
Like that shit's just hype. Like I'm betting that one. I'm like, it just reminds me of like early not 90s, early 2000s, like the hype tracks of the early 2000s, like Bone Crusher and shit like that. Like, that's where I was just like, I got nostalgic and shit. I'm like, oh my soul. Like honestly, if I had a hat on, like my dreads going around, like I'd be getting into that one. I think he performed that too. I think. But yeah, On My Skizzy is definitely it's an all around just fun track.
Yeah.
The hook is dope. The verse is dope. You have a very unique voice. I wanted to make sure I said that before the end of this review. Your voice is distinct. It's very you. It's you. Nobody else sounds like you. I can definitely. The only thing I've ever sounded close to you is Fabo, but he ain't had no lyrics. Like that's the thing I can say is Fabo didn't have any lyrics. He was just screaming. You have this voice where you also still got bars behind it.
Yeah.
Watch yourself a little bit because sometimes you be rapping and the words can I lose the words sometimes because of how your voice is. Yeah. But outside of that, the uniqueness of your voice makes On My Skizzy so dope.
I'm gonna call a timeout real quick. So we didn't say this, bro. But we saw one of our DJs, DJ KK. And she had a show and whatnot. And actually, John Basement was there. So that's where we actually got to meet him. So that was really cool. And that's how we got to actually see his set. And he had a really good set. So, I mean, we might have, I don't remember.
I guess I might be wrong, but I feel like he performed On My Skizzy at that show.
I think he did. I think he did a couple other ones. But we got a little introduction before seeing him. So this is kind of we got more from him.
It was a good lineup, too. Because basically, KK, he was there. Carlos or Cigarillos was there. Sorry.
Cigarillos, we just saw, who was on yesterday's Who and What Wednesday. There's a couple other people. But sorry to get off track, but I just wanted to be we got a decent introduction from him, before and we got to meet him and whatnot. But we keep it rolling. Sorry.
You got anything else to say about On My Skizzy?
On My Skizzy, that was good. I like that.
Like I said, On My Skizzy it's a great track, man. Like I said, it is on rotation. I did get the word from Malachi that's already on rotation, but that is one of my joints right there.
Okay.
After that, I got Scars, which
you don't like it? Oh shit, I like it. I like the hook.
I like most of it.
I like the hook on it. See, the thing is, I kind of lost on the.
See, the start of the song was really discombobulated to me. Like the start just didn't seem cohesive.
It was he was like this, that,
and then the beat was all over the place.
Yeah,
I don't even think he was on beat for the first minute.
No, but then whenever he got into the hook, and then from there on out, I thought the introduction of the song wasn't too good, but then he did his hook. I fucked with the hook.
See, the thing was I could say the song got better from the start, but it got instead of going all the way up to a peak, it's it went from I didn't like it from the start, and then it got halfway up the mountain, and that's where it stayed.
Okay.
It was just this is okay now. It's nothing is as bad as that first 30 seconds to 40 seconds, and then after that, like I said, it just plateaus for me. And the issue is it's just a title track. Like we said in the last review, intro outro, title track. If you have a title track.
Not everybody.
Not everybody has title tracks, but if you take the time to have a title track, that shit gotta be hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like there can't be no question for me. Like your title track gotta be the shit. Because you named your album. I mean, some artists name the album first, some people name the title track, but you named it this.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, I feel like it could have been better on that one. After that, we go into Around the Corner featuring J-Pad the Juggernaut.
Okay.
This one is one of the doper hooks on this one. Outside of that, the hook is cool, but the beat to me just doesn't fit the rest of the song.
I don't know. I thought it was all right. I mean, this is a first J-Pad the Juggernaut, feature that I've seen. I mean,
J-Pad was okay. It's just at this point in the EP, some of these beats are going too far.
Yeah.
Like that's where I'm like, I'm not saying so too far that they're not good. It just seems like Johnny Baseman's voice is so distinct that I don't think every beat he can get on. And this might have been that feeling here with the Around the Corner.
I can see that. John Baseman has a very distinctive flow. His voice has a deeper. I feel like you need to probably work on certain beats. I don't think you can work on a lot of beats, but I mean because he has a very interesting flow.
Oh no, this thing has a very wide ranging of beats. For 8 tracks, almost all these beats are completely different.
Oh, this is not. Yeah, this is like a sample of what he can do, and this shows a lot because again, you go from soul, with the Trap and Go. And then you got On My Skizzies, it gets you turned up, and then Around the Corner keeps you mellow and keeps it keeps the vibe going with it. I thought,
After that, we got SoCom featuring Dope Flow. Yeah,
I've been waiting to talk about this.
You can start. Go ahead.
So you got to have Dope Flow if you're gonna have the name Dope Flow. He sounded like a B Real. From Cypress Hill, so it kind of had that. He has that flow. Is his flow that dope? I don't know. I can't. I have to listen to more music. But he even he's if you say your name in the song, he's like, okay, well, let's hear what you got. But he came up with bars. I
need to know if Dope Flow's from Pittsburgh. That's what I need to meet the man that calls himself Dope Flow. Saying that, I think he killed it. To me, I think he killed it. Now, again, with James, can I say that you got to me, for you to name yourself Dope Flow, you got to have one of the top 10 dopest flows of all time. And I don't know if I got that much out of your verse, but I do think your verse was overly dope. I think John's hook on this one was cool because the hook came in first on this one. And I like how he mixed in the military reference with SOCOM halfway through it. Because when I saw the title SOCOM, I didn't know where this was going. I didn't know if he was going military, if he was going video games. I didn't know where he was going with that. And again, I got another cool verse from John. But again, my issue with my feature has the first verse is, I call it the Weekend effect, but there ain't no singing on this. But this is the second one where I'm the person with the first verse is kind of the person that leaves me with the final expression. He's the one that I like them. His verse was better. I think Dope Flow's verse was better, just like I think Young Rev AVR's verse was better. So it's just a weird balance. And it might be the fact that they just sound more normal. Your voice is aggressive, really aggressive. And in this case, it's Dope Flow's more laid back and he's more having fun.
Yeah.
And again, man, the man's name is Dope Flow. It was gonna be a real. I don't know what to say about that, man. Your name, is that we won't have to get a background on this one for sure. I need to know if you called yourself that, if somebody else called you that. I need a background to the word Dope Flow. I can. That's all I got on that one. After that, we got number 7, The Real. All right, I don't know what the hell was going on with this track. The beat was just insane. This is a track where I'm not sure if it was engineering or if it was him. I actually thought he might have been off beat for the majority of the track.
Yeah.
And it just felt like the flow and the beat never sounded right together. His flow with the beat, I never got anywhere in this song where I'm there was just no, this is another one of them tracks where I'm not sure what was going on lyrically. I don't know really, like I don't remember the subject matter that much because I was listening and was just constantly confused between the amount of sounds from the beat and you try to rap on the beat, and I just never was able to get the point where I was like, this is a song. How did you feel about that track? Because like, that track basically stopped me for a minute. Like I had to like digest it.
I thought it was all right. I thought it was a good song. I mean, again, the whole like there's no like, oh, there's a structure to the album. I mean, other than like, you know, the intro, and I mean, I would assume intro, outro, but it's, I don't know. I mean, you go around from different song to song. Again, like I kind of feel you on he's on beat, but I mean, like to some extent, maybe he's on beat on the other
sounds.
What?
Like the other drops in the
beat.
And he might have been. It might have, like, again, the beat was just really, like, I don't know a lot of people that would have chose that beat alone.
Mm-hmm.
So I think using that beat is brave, but it backfired to me.
Okay.
So no, I don't even doubt that. Like, I don't know a lot of artists in the city that I think would try that beat. Last, definitely not the least on the album is hold up.
True Colors. That was a good one. I thought it's a good way to end it.
It was a great way to end it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
For me, True Colors was like, I'm not saying I didn't get a bunch of lyrics out of this, but True Colors showed me like, oh, this man has lyrics. Like he can give you bars. Most of the like every other thing before that was more songs. Like I got good songs. True Colors was like, oh no, he got bars.
Yeah. That was a good song. He had bars. The sample was dope. The sample was dope.
The whole hook. It's like the sample on the hook, and then he like, what does he say before he actually says True Colors? Forget what he said before it says True Colors, but the whole hook is just the sample. He says like 2 words, and then just like True Colors, and I'm just like, oh, this is smooth. Like, oh, it was really close to my favorite track. Like, it was very, very close. This is like if I had like, oh, this track is so good.
That's my favorite track.
It's your favorite?
That's my favorite.
But again, like for lyrics, this is the best one for lyrics. I'm definitely down for that. Like lyrically, True Colors is the best song on the album lyrically. I just have a song that I will listen to more. Again, I tell people all the time, I love lyrics. I like looking into lyrics and lyricism, but sometimes I just want to turn up. And that's where you're going to find out on one of my favorite tracks, my favorite track. It also matters about what time to catch me doing a review. My feelings on the music will never change, and my feelings on the favorite song might change, and the worst song might change. Saying that, I guess I'll start off with my worst track. Oh, shit. All right. I have to make a decision on my worst track. When I did my review, I was down at the bottom, and I had 2. Like I said, one or the other. I hadn't been able to make the choice yet. So I'm going to have to make the choice now, and I'm going to go with The Real.
The Real?
Yeah, I'm going to go with The Real. It was a toss-up between that and the title track, but I actually think the title track was at least more cohesive.
No, that was my jam. That's up there. I thought he has a strong message in I Got Scars, you know?
Yeah, the message might be cool. I just wasn't into the song.
Yeah.
What's your worst song on this one?
I would say for John Basement was Show Enough, because I feel like he just got shown like. Oh,
so you're going with the fact that you don't think he. Yeah. Okay, I can respect that.
So
it is his album. Like I fuck with Show Enough just because I like.
It's a good song. I'm not saying it's a bad song. I'm just saying it's just like
He got, again, Rev is on the hook. Rev is has the dope verse. I get it. Like it doesn't even seem like it's his song anymore.
Yeah, it didn't really feel like it was your song, but it was good. I mean, but I'm not. Yeah, but then all right, I'll go run it. Like I said, True Colors is my top song.
It's your top song?
Yeah.
I'm going on my skizzy, man. On my soul, that's my favorite song.
On my skizzy, on my soul.
Yeah, that one was saying, man. To me, like that song should be in clubs, man. Like we should be up, and we should be like, this should be the new Bone Crusher, man. I was on my it should be the new Bone Crusher joint for me. Like we should be fucking up clubs to On My Skizzy. We should be getting in. Like
we got to play.
And I'm not saying go do this. I'm just saying like when I listen to On My Skizzy, I imagine property damage. Like I imagine people getting that rowdy and like the fire marshal got to come in and shut this shit down, bro. Y'all going too hard. Like On My Skizzy is the type of song that I feel like you can perform it twice. Like you can actually run it back. Like I don't have a lot of tracks where I'm like you can go perform it live and then people get so rowdy like you want it again? Oh my soul! Like I feel like you can get that off On My Skizzy. Like Oh, like I said, that track gets it for me though. But like I said, True Colors is the most lyrical track on the album. I do give you that.
Yeah.
For lyrics, if you want to hear straight bars and lyrics, go to True Colors. If you want to get turned the fuck up, get on my skits.
Yeah. I can feel that.
But yeah, I definitely cannot lie that True Colors, bar for bar, is the best bar for bar track on the album. Rating. You want to start off the rating?
Yeah. So overall, I mean, John Bassman, again, this is like he pretty much gave us a smorgasbord of everything he can do, and I think it's great. I think he can be a feature. He can be, he can do songs, soul. You got the like True Colors I thought was like a slower, not like didn't have that much hype, but then he has his hype songs too. So I mean, he's well rounded. I think it's great. I'm gonna give him a 4. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole like little EP. I would like to hear more from John Bassman. He got a SoundCloud. He got other music. I saw he had somebody else with him the night, the concert. He was pretty good. So he works really well in like what do you want to say, like his stage presence great, and then working with other people on the stage was great too. So I think the John Bassman for the future, I definitely would like to see more. So that's just me. That's just me just rambling off whatever. But
I'm gonna have to go with the 2.
2?
I like songs, like I said, All My Skizzy and True Colors is cool. But after that, it just seemed for me, it was a lot of holes, a lot of questions for me. So I'm not as highly on the entire project. Again, the 2 tracks that I fuck with are like very high pinnacle. I fuck with these tracks. But on the other side of the scale, the tracks I don't fuck with are on the same opposite lane. Like The Real, I Got Scars. There's just tracks I'm just like around the corner. I can name all these tracks off and be like, I don't want to listen to these anymore. Saying that, like I said, Trap and Go is dope. I fuck with Show Enough, but I have to give it to James that he's right. That Show Enough to me is I fuck with Young Rev AVR, and you're there. Like, I mean, I ain't turning off the track. I ain't like, there's songs where like I get to certain verses, like it's time to turn it off. My perfect example is 6 foot, 7 foot, Lil Wayne featuring Corey Guns. I turn it off and Corey Guns come on. Every single time Corey Guns gets shut off. It's not that serious. Like I will listen to your verse and dump the whole song. I'm just saying that like Young Rev AVR got that one. But again, it's not Corey Guns bad.
You really turned it off.
I turned it. I think I've listened to the full 6 foot, 7 foot twice. Twice. At one point, I think I shortened it on my iPod to cut Corey Guns off. I figured out how the iTunes will let you cut songs up to certain lengths. I figured that out, and I was like, I ain't got to ever listen to Corey Guns again.
Yeah.
I don't know what I just don't like. He's annoying sounding, bro. Like, sorry to go off the topic on your interview, but he's annoying as hell. So yeah, that's my, like I said, I'll give you the 2. I think there's a lot of room for improvement. And again, you are unique with your sound. Yeah. So I know there's room for improvement and for more projects like this. Again, my biggest critique outside of the fact that I just do songs I don't like is I would probably stop having my features be the first verse. That'd probably be my big thing. Because I mean, those are the features that I think got you. I mean, I think J-Pad had the first verse on that track, but I don't think it was like y'all were equal on that track to me.
Side note, J-Pad did a lot of production on this album as well. So shout out to J-Pad the Juggernaut. So I'm not too sure if you did the full album. I'm sorry if you did, but
I think he might have did.
He might have. I don't know, but
yeah, man. Like I said, you gave him the 4. I got the 2. That's probably on the side note. That's probably our biggest gap in points in a while. At least since probably early October. Mm-hmm. Our points are usually pretty close together. Like maybe a half a point to a whole point off. That's a whole 2 points.
That's a lot. That's whatever.
So again, that always shows y'all that we have our own opinions. Like we don't have to agree with each other for everything. Mm-hmm. And that's fine. I'm saying that, let's one more rundown for a shout out to ATP and John Bassman. So ATP got what, a 4 for me and a 3.5 from you.
Yeah.
And then John Bassman got the 4 from him and the 2 from me. So that's what we got for today. Again, I'm so happy to be back here with the rap jury. We will again, we're gonna try to get consistent on this one again. Again, we just had to make some moves to make sure things could be more consistent, for we can give y'all more consistent shows and more consistent material. Yeah. So we'd have to take not full breaks. We was just taking we had to do half weeks to get shit straight.
Side note, if you go ahead and want to check out any of these albums, Ambrosia's on all platforms. And then same thing with John Basement. You get it on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes. And also, if you do actually hear some of his music now or within the time soon, there's Scarface this Friday. He's going to be there. Hollywood's going to be there as well. There might be. It's at the Spirit Lounge in Lawrenceville. So tickets at the door, I believe, are $30. They're selling. Check it out. I think it's going to be a great lineup. You might see me there. You might see Malachi up there.
I won't be there.
He won't be there.
I wish I could be there. Fuck with Scarface. Yeah. It's not even like I found out too late, man. Again, I still got the day job. You support us. The more you support us, the more I show up to these shows, the quicker I am to quitting my day job.
Yeah.
So but no, believe me, if I'd have heard it early enough, I'd have been there. For sure.
But yeah, shout out to everyone. So if you want to check it out, again, this Friday, it's gonna be there. So,
but again, we will be right back. We have Overly Unfiltered. We got a lot more news for y'all too. So it ain't gonna be a quick Overly Unfiltered today. But we're gonna be right back on GM Worldwide Radio. Again, this is Unfiltered. One quick time, J Skyline 99 on IG.
And James_Lame on IG, and then again Unfiltered_PGH for Unfiltered's page on IG.
And again, at GMWW Radio for IG and Twitter, GMWW Radio@gmail.com for all your music if you wanted to get played here. And again, we'll give it to you straight. We'll be right back, folks.